If you leave New York by the Hudson Tunnel, turn left and continue south for about 10,000 kilometres, you'll reach this town, Ushuaia. It's at the tip of South America, in the land of fire, Tierra del Fuego. It's as far as you can get, the southernmost town on the planet, literally at the end of the world. The curious may continue by road for a few kilometres more. You won't get far. But on the way, you will find el Tren del fin del Mundo, the train at the end of the world. You couldn't keep me out of this place if you tried. I've been a steam enthusiast since I was a kid, and if there really is a paradise at the end of the world, then this is it. Today, it's a tourist railway, but it calls on the latest in modern steam technology. This is what's known as a Garrett locomotive. It's actually got two engines and a central boiler, and the engines are pivoted so that it can go around corners to do the work of two locomotives in one. A wonderful design that we had in Australia, a monstrous thing called the AD60, which would weigh in at 256 tonnes. This guy is just a baby. The little train runs for just 7 kilometres into the Tierra del Fuego National Park. It's an environmentally friendly way of moving tourists through the spectacular landscape. And the train is full of surprises. For example, who else would you find driving a train at the far end of Argentina but an English-speaking loco driver who hails from Wales? What's a good Welshman like you doing down here?
Having a damn good time. Being the envy of every English visitor. I applied for the job here, a weak moment, because at that time I'd never been out of the UK. I still haven't been to France.
What's it like driving this little girl?
The small engines require a lot of mental effort, and at the end of the day, one can feel mentally exhausted.
That's the embarrassing bit. To help get up the steep grade of 1 in 23, which only lasts for 60 metres, the little engine at the front needs a bit of help from a diesel. And after 7 kilometres chugging through the forest, starting from the edge of nowhere, she ends up here, in the middle of nowhere, at the end of the world. And for many in this railway's past, this was quite literally the end. Today's tracks trace the last part of a small prison railway that ran for 25 kilometres from Ushuaia. This is one of the original locomotives from the old prison railway. And even though this was a high-security prison and the worst prisoners in all Argentina were sent down here, if they were really good, they got to work on the train. Luckily, the new trains are in much better condition. And now it's my turn for a ride. I might be a big bloke, but this is a really tiny train. And the commentary is, well, let's call it idiosyncratic.
It is scenic because of the beautiful landscapes.
This train is painfully slow, but with such wonderful scenery to travel through, why would you want to go any faster? Now a chance to have a closer look at these little locomotives. It actually looks quite modern in here. You've got a number of switches and what have you.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a new locomotive. It was built in 1995. It was rebuilt here in 1999. We have numerous pressure gauges for various functions on the engine. We have the regulator for controlling the flow of steam from the boiler to the cylinders. And on the far right, we have the gear for advancing into forward gear and spin back into reverse, and alongside the brake handle for the rest of the train. The small plough is very good for getting rid of horse droppings. Local horses are very good at
dropping them right on the rail.
On the railhead, yes.
Now there's just one last thing to complete this puppanutter's dream. I want to blow the whistle.
E Fabian, por favor, este posible un plato poquito por televisión Australia?
Sí, cómo no.
I've always wanted to do this. You listening, Dad? There you have it. The little train that goes from nowhere to nowhere at the end of the world. And if you're ever down here, you simply got to do it.